All right, Talk Tickers listeners, ready for a deep dive?
Always.
Today, we're breaking down Plug Power's Q3 2024 earnings call.
Fresh off the press from November 12th.
They're making some serious moves in the hydrogen fuel cell space.
Definitely a company to watch.
So we'll unpack what went down, what it means for investors, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we've got the earnings call transcript itself, obviously.
Of course.
Plus, we've got some stock action from Yahoo Finance.
Oh, nice.
Market Watch, too.
Love it, so we can see how the market reacted.
Exactly. We'll hit those high-level numbers for sure.
Got to look at those.
But also,
Yeah.
try to sniff out some of those hidden gems.
It's good stuff, yeah.
The stuff that'll give us an edge.
Exactly. All right, so PL Edge.
Took a bit of a hit.
They did, yeah. Closing down over 4% that day.
Down to $1.91.
Oof, that's got to sting a little bit.
Yeah, not a great day for Plug Power shareholders.
No, it seems like the market wasn't too thrilled
Not really.
with their miss on earnings per share and revenue estimates.
Double whammy.
Not what you want to see,
Not ideal.
but,
But there were some bright spots.
there were some interesting things, yeah.
Yeah, they kept hammering on operational efficiency,
They get
financial management,
big focus on that throughout the call.
throughout the whole thing.
Remember, investors have been kind of,
Yeah,
giving them the side eye about their spending.
a little bit. Yeah.
So that this new focus,
Yeah,
it could be a sign
could be.
that they're getting serious about profitability.
And building a real business
A business that's going to last.
that can stand on its own 2 feet.
Exactly.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense
Especially,
with everything else going on.
with all the political,
Yeah,
drama swirling around.
the drama.
We've got a new Trump administration coming in.
Huge question mark.
I'm dying to know
I know, me too.
what that's going to do to their hydrogen plans.
Right. What's it going to mean for hydrogen?
Yeah, is this
Is this the end? The end of the road?
or is it the beginning?
Is it going to be a boom?
We don't know.
Nobody knows.
Total wild card.
Total wild card.
But there are some glimmers of hope.
Okay.
Politico has been reporting
Okay.
that support for hydrogen
Okay.
expected to hold strong, actually,
All right. Go.
on both sides of the aisle.
Oh, that's a relief.
It's huge.
Huge
I'm
relief.
getting a little nervous there.
Yeah, it's good to see some
Yeah.
bipartisan support.
Yeah, that's crucial in this space for sure.
Yeah.
But let's get down to,
Yeah.
brass tacks here.
The nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty. What about those
Yeah.
production tax credits?
The PTCs.
Oh yeah,
The
this
PTCs.
is crucial.
Big. Yeah. Seemed like a make or break factor for them.
Absolutely, huge part of their growth strategy.
Now, any word on those?
Yeah, good news actually.
Okay.
Plug Power says that guidance on the PTCs is coming before year end,
Before the end of the year?
before the end of the year.
All right, so we'll know soon.
And they even hinted,
At potentially sweeter terms than before?
interesting. Okay, so that could be a big boost.
Yeah, that could really move the needle.
Move the needle for sure.
Fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We're all hoping for some good news.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Let's face it,
policy shifts are inevitable in this game.
always something changing.
Always something. How do you think Plug Power is going to handle whatever
Right.
curveball comes their way?
Yeah, I mean,
They've been around the block a few times.
they're not rookies, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They've successfully navigated, both Republican and Democrat administrations.
Oh, wow.
They've been around.
They've seen it all.
We've seen it all.
Yeah.
They've even, influenced policy along the way.
Interesting.
And that kind of experience, that's invaluable.
Yeah.
Especially in a volatile market like this.
Yeah, you got to be able to roll with the punches.
Roll up to the punches.
All right, so that's reassuring. They're not political rookies.
No, not at all.
They've been there, done that.
They know the game.
All right, but let's shift gears a little
Yeah,
bit.
let's talk hydrogen production.
Hydrogen production, that's what we're here for.
That's their bread and butter.
It seems like their infrastructure build out is
It's moving.
chugging along, full speed ahead.
They're not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk.
Yeah.
They're putting steel in the ground.
That's what we like to see.
Plants in Georgia and Tennessee are up and running.
Okay, that's great.
They've also got that joint venture in Louisiana
Oh, right down south.
in the final stages of testing.
Wow, so it's almost
ready to go live, yeah.
almost there.
Early 2025.
Wow, okay, so they're really putting their money where their mouth is.
Absolutely. They're not messing around.
This is a big investment,
It is.
especially with the green hydrogen market about just,
It's going to explode.
I think so. I think it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this move with the joint venture,
Yeah.
that just massively strengthens their supply chain.
It does. It really does.
They're going to be in a great position
To meet that demand
to meet that demand.
as it ramps up.
Absolutely.
Okay, and it doesn't stop there.
No, it's a global game.
Global.
They deployed 70 megawatts of electrolyzers in Q3 alone.
Wow, 70 megawatts.
70 megawatts, that makes them the #1 deployer worldwide.
Worldwide, that's huge.
That's not nothing.
No, that's amazing. Bloomberg even crowned them
That's right.
the leading provider of green hydrogen solutions.
Outside of China.
Outside of China. Wow. Okay, so they're
going for it?
yeah, they're aiming for that top spot
Absolutely.
in the green hydrogen race.
It's a race to the top.
But everybody knows, big dreams.
Big
You
dreams.
need big partnerships.
You gotta have friends.
You got to have friends in this game.
Exactly.
Who are they teaming up with on the world stage?
Oh, they're playing with the heavy hitters.
Okay, let's hear it.
Galp.
Iberdrola,
All right.
BP, big names.
Big names. All on massive electrolyzer projects.
Wow, so they're not messing around.
They're not messing around. Just to give you an idea of the scale.
Okay.
They're about to kick off deployment of the world's largest PEM electrolyzer system.
The world's largest.
The world's largest.
Wow.
With Galp in April 2025.
Okay, so that's coming up pretty soon.
It's coming up.
Wow.
Now,
Yeah.
for those who might not be familiar with PEM electrolyzers,
Yeah, break it down for us.
this is the top-of-the-line tech
Okay.
for green hydrogen production.
Right. So the gold standard.
This is like the best of the best
This is it.
when it comes to electrolyzers.
This is it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It is.
These partnerships, the size of these projects,
It really shows
Yeah.
the confidence in the future of hydrogen.
absolutely. It sounds like they're solidifying their position as leaders
Yeah.
in this global energy transition.
It's happening.
Yeah.
They're right at the forefront, right? And they're backing it up
They are.
with some savvy financial maneuvering.
Oh, yeah. They're not just spending money. They're also raising money.
Okay, how so?
They just inked a $200 million convertible debt deal.
200 million. That's big money.
That's a lot of money.
With Yorkville Capital.
Yorkville Capital. Okay, what's interesting here?
What's interesting is
Yeah.
they've included a clause
hmm
that stops Yorkville from shorting Plug Power's stock.
Oh, so Yorkville,
You can't bet against them.
they can't bet against them. That's a big sign of confidence.
Huge vote of confidence
Yeah, and Plug Power.
in Plug Power.
Especially
Yeah,
since that conversion price is set at 2.90.
Well, above.
Way above where it's trading right now.
Yeah, the market's not seeing it.
Yeah. What do you think?
What does Yorkville see?
Yorkville sees that maybe the market's missing.
Good question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
It could be their increasingly diverse funding strategy.
Okay.
They're exploring debt financing,
Potentially selling investment tax credit.
ITCs,
ITCs, yeah.
to ease their reliance on equity funding.
All right, so they're not,
They're not putting all their eggs in one basket,
no, not at all.
which is a good sign for investors.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
All right, but let's talk numbers.
Yeah.
How did their financials actually shake out this quarter?
Well, Q3 revenue came in at $173.7 million,
173 million.
driven by strong demand for their electrolyzers
Okay.
and that crucial hydrogen infrastructure we talked about.
The plants, all that?
All of it.
Yeah.
Plus, their gross margin jumped a whopping 37%,
37%.
quarter over quarter.
That's a big jump.
That's huge,
Yeah.
with improvements across their equipment, service,
Okay.
and fuel businesses.
Across the board,
Across the board.
improvement.
Improvement. Yeah, they're firing on all cylinders.
That sounds like it.
And to top it off, their cash burn decreased by 27% compared to the previous quarter.
Wow, 27%.
That's a big improvement. Yeah, that's huge.
They're showing some real financial discipline.
Yeah, which investors are going to love to see.
Absolutely. That's what they've been waiting for.
So what about the road ahead?
What's next?
What's the game plan?
Well, they've got some aggressive targets.
Okay.
They're aiming for a major inventory reduction,
Okay, how much are we talking?
like $200 to $250 million worth in the near term.
Wow, that's a significant chunk of change.
It is, but they're serious about getting leaner.
Makes sense. And they're also projecting continued sales growth.
Yeah, both in Q4 2024 and into 2025.
So they're not letting up on the gas.
No, they're full steam ahead.
And they're laser focused on boosting margins and improving cash flow.
Those are the key metrics.
Yeah, that's what's going to make or break them in the long run.
Absolutely. It's not just about growth. It's about profitable growth.
Okay, so despite some political question marks and a rapidly evolving hydrogen landscape,
It's a dynamic market, that's for sure.
they're painting a pretty optimistic picture for themselves.
They are. They're confident about the future.
It sounds like they're expecting continued growth and a stronger financial performance overall.
Yeah, they're not just riding the wave. They're paddling hard to stay ahead of it.
That's a great analogy, but the big question mark as always,
As always.
is the incoming administration
Right. What's Trump going to do?
and how their policies will impact the hydrogen sector.
It's the elephant in the room.
Yeah, it's the big unknown.
Will their bets pay off?
Only time will tell.
That's the question.
But this is one company that's definitely worth keeping on your radar, Talk Tickers listeners.
Absolutely. They're pushing boundaries,
Yeah.
driving innovation.
In a sector that's poised for explosive growth.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just dipping your toes in.
Plug Power is a company that demands attention.
I completely agree.
All right, now for the moment you've all been waiting for.
The fun part.
This is not financial advice.
Let's get wild.
You ready to get a little wild?
I was born ready.
All right, picture this. Plug Power scores the coveted DOE loan.
Okay.
And DD simultaneously decides to spin off a non-core business segment.
Okay, I'm listening.
For argument's sake, let's say they ditch their stationary power division
All right, get rid of stationary power.
to really sharpen their focus.
Okay.
So they've got this fresh injection of cash from the loan,
Yeah.
plus the proceeds from the divestiture.
So they've got some money to play with.
What do they do with all that loot?
What do they do?
They go on an international shopping spree.
Ooh, I like
They
it.
start snapping up companies with complementary tech
Okay.
or establish footholds in key markets like Australia and Europe.
Now that's thinking big.
Global domination.
Could they pull it off?
It's a gamble, for sure.
It is.
But, fortune favors the bold.
That's true. Sometimes you got to take a risk.
Sometimes you got to swing for the fences.
But let's zoom back out a little bit. Connect this back to the bigger picture.
Yeah. What does this all really mean for Plug Power in the long run?
That's the question.
Well,
Yeah.
it's clear they're operating in a dynamic market,
Very dynamic.
both politically
Uh-huh.
and in terms of the technology itself.
It's changing rapidly.
It's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
But they're not shying away from the challenge.
No. They're embracing it.
They're actively shaping the landscape.
They're not just along for the ride, they're grabbing the wheel.
They're driving the hydrogen revolution.
The big unknown, of course,
The big question mark.
is the new administration and their impact on hydrogen policy.
Yeah, is this going to be a tailwind?
Or a headwind.
Will their gamble pay off?
That's the multi-million-dollar question.
It is. Only time will tell.
I'll have to wait and see.
But for now, this is a company worth watching very closely.
Absolutely. They're pushing boundaries and driving innovation.
In a sector that's on the verge of explosive growth.
Plug Power is a must-watch for anyone interested in the future of clean energy.
Okay, so we painted a pretty wild scenario
We did.
with our This Is Not Financial Advice segment.
It's fun to speculate.
It is. But let's crank things up another notch.
Okay, even wilder.
Just for kicks. Ready for round two?
Hit me.
All right, so they've already gone on this global acquisition spree,
Right. They're on a roll.
but they don't stop there.
Okay, what's next?
They leverage their newly expanded global network and expertise to partner with, wait for it,
Okay.
a major aerospace company.
Whoa, aerospace.
Think about it.
Why aerospace?
The aviation industry is under immense pressure to decarbonize.
That's true.
And what's the cleanest, most sustainable alternative to traditional jet fuel?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
I see where you're going with this.
Plug Power brings their hydrogen fuel cell tech to the table,
Okay.
and the aerospace giant handles integrating it,
Yeah.
manufacturing those hydrogen-powered planes.
So they're teaming up.
They form a joint venture
Okay.
to develop and produce the next generation of zero-emission aircraft. Imagine a world where you can jet off to Paris without leaving a carbon footprint.
That's a dream.
It's a dream, but it's not entirely far-fetched.
No, it's not.
Companies like Airbus are already exploring hydrogen as a fuel source for their planes,
That's right.
and Plug Power, with their deep expertise
Yeah.
in hydrogen production, storage, and fuel cell technology,
They're the experts.
could be the missing piece of the puzzle
The key ingredient.
to make this dream a reality.
It's a bold move.
It is.
But it's the kind of game-changing innovation that could revolutionize the entire aviation industry.
And potentially launch Plug Power to even greater heights in the global green energy market.
This is all hypothetical, of course.
For now,
For now, but who knows what the future holds.
the possibilities with hydrogen are practically limitless.
It's an exciting space to watch.
It really is.
And whether or not Plug Power takes this specific path,
Yeah.
their unwavering commitment to innovation.
Makes them a company to keep your eye on. Absolutely.
Yeah, it really gets the wheels turning.
It does. It's fun to think about.
All the possibilities.
Yeah, sometimes the wildest ideas
Right.
end up changing the world.
You never know.
You never know. But even if they don't end up partnering with,
Right.
Boeing or Airbus to build hydrogen planes,
Yeah.
Plug Power still has a lot going for them right now.
They do. They're making smart moves.
Yeah, it seems like they're really focused on building a sustainable business.
Which is what investors want to see.
That's what it's all about, right?
At the end of the day.
It's one thing to have this groundbreaking technology,
Right.
but it's another thing
They
entirely
can make it work.
to make it profitable,
Yeah.
commercially viable.
Exactly. You got to turn a profit.
And that's where their focus on operational efficiency and financial management comes in.
Yeah. It might not be the sexiest part of the business,
No, not at all.
but it's the foundation.
It's the foundation for long-term success.
You got to have a strong foundation.
Couldn't agree more. It's all about finding that sweet spot. Balancing that rolled vision for the future. Yeah. With a keen eye on the bottom line.
It's a tightrope walk.
It is, but it seems like they're
finding their balance.
getting there.
And with the green hydrogen market about to take off,
It's coming.
they're in a prime position to capitalize on that momentum.
So, bottom line for our Talk Tickers listeners,
What should they take away?
what should they take away from all of this?
I think the big takeaway is that Plug Power is a company worth watching closely.
Yeah.
Whether you're an investor, a policy wonk, or just someone who's interested in the future of clean energy,
Yeah.
their story is one to follow.
It's a fascinating story.
They're a prime example of how innovation can come from unexpected places.
Absolutely.
And how taking calculated risks can sometimes lead to extraordinary results.
Sometimes you got to swing for the fences.
You do.
And sometimes it's just plain fun.
It is.
To let your imagination run wild and picture a future powered by hydrogen.
Always. Always.
Stay curious, keep learning.
And never be afraid to ask, what if?
That's great advice. That's a wrap on our deep dive into Plug Power's Q3 2024 earnings call.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us on Talk Tickers. We'll catch you next time for another earnings breakdown.
See you then.